Voting is a civic duty. Let's register on the electoral list. This is a message from Equinoxe Television.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue aux 18h de ce jour à la une de ce journal. Journée mondiale du bilinguisme se célèbre aujourd'hui le 7 février 2025. L'importance d'être capable de s'exprimer en français comme en anglais dans le monde d'aujourd'hui devient capitale. Plus de détails dans cette édition du journal. World Bilingualism Day has been observed today, and we will once again delve into the advantages of being bilingual in today's world, especially the necessity of being capable to speak and understand the English language as well as the French language. In this edition, we evaluate the level of bilingualism in Cameroon. Plus, 2 days after disgruntled workers of Sosukam in Banjok went on a rampage, relative calm has somehow returned to the area. However, at least one person was killed and sugar plantations set ablaze by the angry workers in Banjok. We will tell you how Banjok is faring 2 days after the violent incident in this news edition. Viewers, those are our major stories. More when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. Relative calm has returned to Nkoten Banjok, a locality in the Upper Sanagam Maritime Division of the Central Region, following 2 days of social unrest. This was after workers of Sosukam, the Cameroon Sugar Company, carried out a protest demanding better working conditions. Our reporter Mala Glory now gives us an update of what has been happening in Nkoten since Wednesday.
Military vehicles have returned to the barracks after a protest that led to a violent confrontation between the population and uniformed men in Gauteng 2 days ago. Inhabitants say they have never experienced such a protest before. He adds that gunshots were heard everywhere. However, they're happy activities are gradually taking its full gear. This is also in line with the decision of the Divisional Office of Gauteng authorizing that activities resume. It is included in a release signed on February 5th, 2025. He adds that measures have been taken to guarantee the security of people and their property. Students are happy classes have resumed.
C'est une bonne chose parce qu'on a fait 2 jours sans le professeur qui vient de Douala, Yaoundé, il ne venait pas.
Meantime, family members of the 21-year-old Njora Gaston, who lost his life during the violent protest on Wednesday, are still in tears.
Comment mon fils aimait faire mon frère, je ne connais pas. Je connais bien.
It was a tense atmosphere on that fateful Wednesday on February 5th in Gauteng and Manjok, 2 neighboring villages in the Upper Sanaga Division Center region. Workers of Sosukam, the Cameroon Sugar Company, took to the streets to protest against poor working conditions and low wages. Roads were barricaded, properties destroyed, and about 150 hectares of sugarcane burned down by the angry protesters. The governor of the Central Region arrived at the scene and he confirmed that the incident led to the death of 1 laborer and 10 injured security officers, amongst which 2 are in a critical state. Thanks to the multiple visits from government officials on the site to restore peace, economic activities have resumed in Gauteng. However, employers of Sosukam are yet to return to work.
Let's now talk about the issue of triplets born at the Douala General Hospital and their bills. The Director General of the Douala General Hospital has criticized attempts by some people seeking to tarnish the image of the hospital. This follows rumors circulating on social media that the hospital is imprisoning a 20-year-old girl and her triplet babies for the sum of 7 million francs CFA. To throw more light on this issue, our reporter Lucille Yengu is here, runs at the Douala General Hospital.
For us, an amateur video has been circulating on social media revealing a 20-year-old girl and her triplet babies held hostage at the Douala General Hospital after birth. In the rumors, it is said the lady had unpaid bills, reason she was imprisoned at the hospital. This information has been debunked by the baby's father, who says it all began from a discussion he had with one of his native sisters at a garage where he went to repair his bike. I told her the hospital is taking care and we are gradually paying the bills. But she went further, writing a blogger, Zunmanto, on Facebook for help. Unfortunately, he changed the narrative, including what was never said. The director of the General Hospital of Douala, Professor Henry Luma Name, refutes the fake information.
This young lady, 20 years old, unemployed, came to the Douala General Hospital, had an emergency, had a cesarean section, and following the cesarean section, the triplets were low weight and they have been taken care of and well taken care of. So we are surprised that today we have information that one, the woman has been imprisoned. I'm using the word imprisonment because there is no reason why she should be in hospital, that she has been asked to pay 7 million francs.
The baby's mother 2 weeks ago had been discharged.
Following her cesarean section, she was discharged 2 weeks ago on the 20th of January. And since when she was discharged, she now comes to the hospital regularly to visit the triplets.
We are just hoping that they reach a maximum amount of weight of which their mother can take good care of them and then they can go home.
Professor Henry Luma Name denounces any form of manipulation or attempt to tarnish the hospital's image. He encourages the public not to fall prey to the lies or allegations spread on social media.
Let's now talk about the upcoming National Youth Day that would be on Tuesday, the 11th of February, in which youths have been called in the theme to be mature and responsible. A comprehensive analysis of the theme of this year's Youth Day with our reporter Babula Jonathan.
Maturity and responsibility for the consolidation of peace, security, economic growth and the democratic process. The theme of the 2025 Youth Day is urging young people to be mature and responsible.
It is imperative for them to vote, to be in the decision making of who should be the leader of the president of the Republic of Cameroon. They should register massively and vote a candidate who will change their story.
It's a sign of patriotism that you do your job. It's a sign of patriotism that you protect state institutions and whatever is happening in the country. It's a
We will surely be coming to that in our subsequent news editions. And now let's talk about the World Bilingualism Day. Vendredi le 7 février 2025 marque la fin de la semaine du bilinguisme au Cameroun. La journée nationale y relative donne l'occasion ce jour aux élèves dans les établissements scolaires de la cité économique de faire montre de leur savoir-faire. Reportage de Cédric Chakouti.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Sketches, poems, plays, and quiz about bilingualism are some of the activities which mark the end of the 20th edition of the Bilingualism Week under the theme Bilingualism, the driving force of listening, learning for greater school achievement, responsible citizenship and social cohesion for a peaceful and prosperous Cameroon at the Bilingual High School Makepe, Douala 5 subdivision.
Well, I encourage teachers who told on a day a daily basis in classroom to teach and promote bilingualism. I am firmly convinced that the National Week of Bilingualism, celebrated each year in all the regions of our beautiful nation, Cameroon, is the platform for grooming truly bilingual and responsible citizens who will meet the challenge of civic responsibility.
Consecrated by constitutional revision of January 18, 1996, the two official languages, English and French, are inherited from the titulary powers of the United Nations, Great Britain and France. Despite the passage of time, the practice of these two languages is not shared by all Cameroonians.
All Cameroonians are supposed to express themselves correctly in English and French. But what we see on the fair is quite different, as you said. But we are here now to encourage Cameroonians to change their minds, because it's a problem of mindset. It's a problem of mindset, because even when you go to services, they don't attend to you because you don't speak the language that they listen, that they understand. And it is really, really sad in a country like us, which is Cameroon, which is a bilingual country. So I just want to say we have to reverse that saying. Every Cameroonian must at least understand the other language, and even if he cannot answer in that same language, he could answer in the language that he masters best.
Celebrated every first Friday of February, the National Bilingualism Day was an occasion for students and teachers to show how their capacity on ground.
Et parlant toujours du bilinguisme, certaines écoles à Douala dans le sud-ouest ont pris plusieurs mesures pour garantir un bilinguisme efficace sur leur campus. L'université de Douala, par exemple, a rendu l'anglais et le français obligatoire pour tous ceux qui souhaitent obtenir un diplôme. Bien que certains étudiants, principalement issus de l'autre communauté linguistique, le français se plaignent de certaines difficultés. D'autres estiment que c'est une nécessité pour assurer la cohésion sociale. Rex Affon depuis Douala pour plus de détails.
In some secondary schools and higher institutions of learning in Douala, measures have been taken to ensure bilingualism on their campuses. The University of Douala, for example, has made the validation of English and French to those seeking a bachelor's degree from their institution obligatory.
Concerning the necessity of studying both languages for other faculties and schools, I believe it's very important for social cohesion and promotion of bilingualism in our country.
While some students have difficulty studying these languages, others are relatively comfortable.
The French was so much difficult. It was too difficult for me that I had to carry over French 102.
When I was faced with English and French, I never had too many difficulties because even though I'm a French speaking originally, I grew up in an Anglo-Saxon area.
When I came to UB, French was very easy for me since I grew up in the Francophone zone. I grew up precisely in Bafoussam. So French was not actually a problem for me when I came to UB.
At Bilingual Grammar School Moliko, its very nature obliges it to be bilingual.
The juxtaposition of the two subsystems of the campus already makes it bilingual, whether you like it or not. Secondly, our classes are not separated. We don't have Anglophone section, Francophone section. The classes are mixed up, so the students can interact at will. And then we also have the bilingual game, whereby every Wednesday, those who are of English expression have to use French language, and vice versa.
As schools in Douala celebrate bilingualism today, the advantages of knowing more than one language, both within and without, is being explained.
Merci beaucoup, Rex. Parlons autre chose à présent. The CRM party has engaged on a massive sensitization campaign across several neighborhoods in Bonaberi in the Douala 4 subdivision. They implore Cameroonians to register their names on the electoral list so as to ensure that their right of choosing who they want to lead them for the next 7 years is taken into consideration. Immaculate VEKAISY was in Bonaberi today.
The election fever is gaining ground in big cities and hinterlands across Cameroon. With the aid of megaphones, Militants and sympathizers of the Cam Renaissance Movement's political party embark on a sensitization campaign in several parts of Bonaber in the Douala 4 subdivision. They are calling on Cameroonians to massively enroll their names on their electoral list. To these militants, obtaining a voter's card is a primary guarantee of ensuring that you have the right to decide who will handle the affairs of the nation for the next 7 years. A lot of people have not registered their names on the electoral list. So that's why we, the militants, decided to meet with the population to encourage them to register themselves. This is a very crucial year, and we are sure that things will change this year. This is the right time. Let's do the right thing. We are out to create awareness. We are informing the population on the different sites where they could register. We are convinced that this action will bear fruits. In registration centers, tens of people convinced by the sensitization campaign are busy getting themselves registered. Observers and political analysts insist that massive registration is the only way to ensure a perfect democratic transfer of power.
In other news, Turkey is determined to deepen its economic and social ties with Cameroon. The new Turkish ambassador says he and his team are ready to make everything possible in this light so the two countries continue to prosper together. Let's have more with Fomi Amtron-Sanda.
The year 2017 and 2022, trade between Cameroon and Turkey moved from $106 million to $213 million, dominated by Cameroon's exports to Turkey. From 2022 to 2025, Turkish investment in Cameroon increased significantly in sectors notably transport, construction, sport, and agriculture. The new Turkish ambassador says his presence in Cameroon and visit to the economic capital city Douala is to boost Turkish investment and deepen the beautiful ties existing between the two countries.
On the part of my counterparts to do more with Turkey and the Turkish companies so that we can deepen and strengthen our ties, not only in the trade and commerce area, but throughout all walks of life, because we may be continents apart, my country and Cameroon, but I am already beginning to realize that there are too many commonalities.
An aspiration that falls in line with the desires of the people, as echoed by the governor of the Littoral region, Samuel Jodone Ivahet, who says the people of the Littoral region and Cameroon in general desire to watch a friendly football encounter between the national team of Cameroon and that of Turkey at the Japuma Sports Complex. From the governor's office through the Littoral Regional Council to the Cameroon Chambers of Commerce, multiple requests were made for more Turkish investment in Cameroon in sectors such as electric energy, agriculture, and transport. After discussing investment opportunities with the Douala City Council, Ambassador Volkan Oskipper proceeded to the inauguration of the Turkey-Cameroon Friendship Park in Bonanjo.
I am hopeful that this park will serve for the purpose of friendship between Turkish and Cameroonian brothers and sisters. I, as the new ambassador, am here to make anything possible to make this friendship stronger. When you walk the streets of Douala or Yaoundé or any other Cameroonian city, you already spot the potential that exists for the Turkish entrepreneurs to make business here, invest here.
Day one of his two-day visit to Douala ended with an in-camera meeting with the Cameroon-Turkey Business Council.
Thanks for me. That report brings us to the end of the first part of the news. Let's now move on to talking points. Welcome back, viewers. Our guest tonight is Immaculate VEKAISY. She is the Vice Principal of the Government Bilingual High School, Nylon, Brazzaville, here in the economic capital, Douala. And today we'll be talking on the Bilingualism Day, the importance, necessity of being bilingual. Thank you, Madam, for accepting to be our guest tonight. Today, like I earlier mentioned, is being observed as the World Bilingualism Day, and we know in the whole world, Cameroon and Canada are the only bilingual countries speaking English and French as their official languages. You are the principal of a bilingual college in Douala, and ensuring students are bilingual is one of your priorities. Maybe we first begin. We want to know from you the necessity of being able to speak the two official languages in Cameroon, that is English and French.
Thank you for this opportunity. The pleasure too is mine to be guest this evening. Bilingualism, the importance of bilingualism cannot be underestimated. When you look at our society today, you see that a bilingual person has an upper hand over a person that is not bilingual, wherever that they are found. For instance, if you go to an enterprise, you're looking for a job, and a bilingual person appears there, obviously that person will have an upper hand over the person that is not bilingual. Because we deal in a society where we have so many people that are going to come to the enterprise. Some might be English speaking, some might be French speaking, especially in our context in Cameroon. And an employee will not take somebody that will not understand all his clients or all those that come for services. You will obviously choose somebody that is bilingual that can conveniently attend to his needs there. So, I feel that being bilingual has a lot of advantages. And then taking the fact that Cameroon is one of those countries that is bilingual, it is important for us to be bilingual because the official languages that are widely used all over the world are English and French. And if you leave this country when you are bilingual, I don't think an opportunity will come your way and you will lose that opportunity because of language barrier.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now, ma'am, what measures do you put in place at the Nylon or the government bilingual high school Nylon to implement bilingualism? In the process, do you find some obstacles and how do you surmount them?
It has not been easy, but then we are not giving up. Obviously, the school curriculum has English, Anglais for the Francophones and French for the Francophones. Now, when it comes to French, it's not really a big problem because here, if you come to our subsystem, you discover that most Francophones have chosen to send their children to the Anglophone subsystem. So you could get into an Anglophone class and you might not even realize that it's an Anglophone class because the children then speak more of English, more of French, because they come from the French background. Now, the greatest problem is English, and the teachers are trying their best to make sure that these children are bilingual. The first thing that they can speak the second language. The first thing is when they get to class, they get to sensitize them on the importance of English language, what it will do to them in future. And we quote instances of ex-students who have had to come back crying that, Madame, si je savais, je prenais mes cours d'anglais au sérieux. So when they come like that, when some of them come like that, we have opportunity to take them to class too. We will tell them to share their experiences. You know, experience is the best teacher because many times when you talk to them, they don't want to listen. And they have these phrases as a dioki don anglais. And when you're coming in through, since we have two doors in each class, at times the teacher is coming in, the English teacher is coming in through the first door and they are using the second door to go out. So despite all these challenges, we still try our best to make them understand that it is important. And we even bring the fact that they should see some of their parents have chosen to completely leave the French system and they are doing the English system because they know that it is really important. Because if you look at books,
Thank you so much, Madam Immaculate VEKAISY. We sincerely apologize for the sound quality, which is not really the best at your end, but we cannot overemphasize the importance of bilingualism in today's world. Viewers, thank you so much for always being there. Thank you for your confidence. Our programs continue tonight. Equinoxe comes up at 7 p.m. with Saga Langotu, and the news in the French language with Julien Bedbisai comes up at 8 p.m. Bye-bye for now. Et excellent week-end à vous tous.